I'm an addict for sneakers.
What's good? Back up in the building. It's your boy DJ Delz back with a quick podcast here at the Sneaker Addict Show. I'm probably gonna slap last week's podcast after this one for people that did not listen to it, because I noticed there wasn't as many people that checked into that one as usual. So I'm gonna probably connect both podcasts together so you can check that out if you missed it. But I had to record something today. I'm still going to be doing podcasts every other week, but if it's something big, I got to speak about it. And this, to me, is a big deal. The white cement Air Jordan 4 supposedly is coming out next year. I'm hearing it from all different sources with Nike Air on the back. So 2016, we're going to see that most likely. I would say there's a 95% chance that that's going down, because it's coming from a lot of sources that I know personally that know people over at Jordan. So that's pretty big news, man, to get that shoe with the Nike Air on the back. I know for me, I really would love to own a pair. I always wanted to own a pair back, years ago. I thought about actually buying, the old pair. But I never ran into a pair that really looked wearable, so I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I have the 1999 Bread 4, and I love that shoe. Hopefully they'll come out with the Bread again with the Nike Air on the back. That would be sick. Who knows, maybe we'll see a Black Cement 3 with Nike Air on the back. That would be pretty crazy also. But I definitely wanted to speak about that because I think that's just huge news, for people that are fans of Jordan like myself. I cannot wait to see if this really goes down. Also, I was thinking yesterday, because I was able to order the Champagne and Cigar 7s. I don't know if I definitely got the cigars yet until they ship, but I definitely got the champagnes. I was thinking to myself, so I guess we're just gonna keep getting these year after year now. We're gonna get a championship pack next year with the 8s, and it's just going to keep going and going. And I was looking at those upcoming Air Jordan 11s for December, the 72 and 10s, and I was thinking, man, these are really nice, and it's going to be crazy during release time. It's just going to be crazy when people want these. And then I was like, can you imagine what it's going to be like when they release a championship pack for the 11s? That's going to be crazy. When you get a Champagne and Cigar Jordan 11. Like, have you guys really even thought about that yet? I know some of you have, but I bet a lot of you haven't. Think about when they drop a Champagne and Cigar Jordan 11 pack. How crazy that's going to be. Because they're not going to stop now that they continued on and they hit us with the 7s. It's going to keep going. We'll get the 8s. Before you know it, it's going to get to the last rings, man. We're going to have all these Jordans that he wore during his championships. I'm sure they're going to just continue and go and hit us with all 6 rings. Yo, that's going to be crazy when they drop that 11 pack, man. Just imagine. It's going to be crazy. Just the whole situation out there to the actual shoes, like looking at them. Just the whole situation from the physical of the actual shoe to trying to get them, to how dangerous it's probably going to be too for some. It's going to be crazy. Leave your thoughts about that. Curious to see everyone's opinion on that. Also, I wanted to speak about this Red Jordan 11 more. I spoke about it a few weeks ago, and I'm pretty sure it's definitely coming out now as a pack with the Air Jordan 30. That's what I keep hearing, because a lot of people have been asking me more about that. And another thing I got to speak about is something that really annoys me, because I see people that hit me up on my direct on Instagram, and I hate when people ask me things like, yo, can you help me get this shoe? Yo, can you help me get that shoe? I had someone literally just now just ask me, yo, can you help me find this shoe? And then I tell them, just go to my blog. I already have the info up. And they don't even know my blog. But they say they check me out all the time. I think that a lot of people just bypass when I say check out my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. Like, it just, like, that sound wave that you guys hear, you just move your heads, and some of you just don't listen to what I'm saying with that blog. That blog, thesneakeraddict.com, is ran by me. I post any information that I think you guys need to know about on that blog to help you out, especially on release day. So when there's a shoe releasing, I will post tons of information on where to find them, to, you know, sizing at times, to, you know, just a lot of images of what the shoe looks like, different angles, anything to help you guys out. I post it on my blog on release day. Sometimes on the eve of the release. Sometimes it's midnight. As soon as midnight hits, right on that day, you know, that the shoe's releasing, I will post on midnight. Probably tonight that will be the case, because I have tons of people hitting me up about the Yeezy. I have tons of people hitting me up about the backboards. Guys, the blog is my way to let everyone know what I can do to help you guys out. If I know about where to find the shoe, it's going to be on my blog. I can't individually help everyone, but it kills me when I work so hard on my blog, thesneakeraddict.com, and then I have people that don't even know about my blog, but they say they're my fan. I don't know, maybe they're trolling, but go to the blog all the time. Go to my blog to help you out. That's my way to try to help you guys out and connect with everyone. Connect with everyone that wants that. You know what I mean? Go to thesneakeraddict.com morning, noon, and night like clockwork. On release dates, go there. 9 a.m. usually go there. Go again at 9:50 a.m. Go sometimes in the early morning, you know, like 2, 3 in the morning, you know. I'm constantly working on this blog. It's the people's blog. It's for you guys. I don't post stuff that's whack like a lot of other blogs. You know, a lot of blogs, they work for these companies, you know. So they will just flood their blog with a bunch of stuff that no one really gives a damn about because they are working for these brands. My blog is 100% me, whatever I want to post, you know. So go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. Go to my blog. Alright? It's for you guys. That's what I could do to help you guys out. And also, follow my Twitter. I always tweet in the morning. I usually start tweeting around 9:45 a.m. You know, sometimes even earlier, because you could score some of these kicks earlier at some of the sites, like in Europe. They have them sometimes releasing earlier. When it comes to the Yeezy Boost 350, I will try my best to help everyone out on my blog and on my Twitter. And I don't even have a pair, and I want those. I really want those. If anyone could help me out, I wear a size 9. That's the shoe size I wear. I'm not even sure how they fit. Some people say they fit a whole size big. Some people say they fit true to size. I contacted Adidas. Adidas told me they fit true to size. So, you know, I don't even know what to say, because some people have been telling me to go down a full size, and they seem to know what they're talking about too. So I don't even know what to tell you when it comes to the sizing of this shoe, which is kind of frustrating. I feel like you probably are going to have to get the same size you would get with the 750, because it's basically the same outsole. So if that's the same, it doesn't matter what the upper is. It matters what your foot's resting on, you know, the size of the actual mid and outsole. So I have a funny feeling you may have to go down a full size or half a size, and I'm pretty sure they don't even come out in half sizes. I'm pretty sure it's, you know, just solid size. It's like 9, 10, 11, 12. I may be wrong, but put that information in the description box below. You know, share your info. Let's help each other out. That's what it's all about here. It's all about the sneakers here at my show, youtube.com/The Sneaker Addict. Alright, one more thing I want to speak about is this crazy situation. I gotta speak about this. So, the Ronnie Fieg collaboration with Diamond Supply and Asics released last week. I was really digging both of them, but I was aiming for the white, silver, and turquoise colorway. I just felt like that was like just so on point for the season. Looked really nice. It's so nice and hot out. You know, the weather's dope. And I wanted those. They just looked really clean. I like the Sagas too. I actually am looking for a pair. If anyone wants to do a trade for the pair I have extra pairs. And I'm going to explain to you the whole situation in a minute. But if you want to do a trade with me, I have a size 9.5. I'm looking for an 8.5, a 9, or a 9.5 in the Sagas. And yes, I know the Sagas fit big. I could always put something to avoid creasing, and it won't fit big anymore. So, just putting that out there so someone doesn't leave a comment telling me I don't know sizing or something like that. But yeah, if you are interested in doing a trade for my size 9.5, just send me a message on my Instagram with the photo. My Instagram is Team DJ Delz. That will be in the description box below. So, getting to this story. Saturday, I'm pretty sure they released, or I think it was actually Friday, last week. I went in on their site, Diamond Supply, ordered them, bang, went through, nice. I look at my email, nothing. So I'm like, alright, let me go check my debit and see if I got hit with a charge. I got hit with a charge 3 times. They hit me with a charge 3 times. So I had over $400 taken out of my debit account. And I was like, yo, that's fucking so whack. Because that was the weekend that I was buying those Gone Fishing and the What the KDs. And right there, that's a lot of money. And I was going to use some of that money for those. But since Diamond Supply took out over $400, then I had to, you know, dig into my pocket more for those Gone Fishing and What the KDs. So that sucked. Really sucked. I emailed them. No response for a little bit. Then they say, oh, well, when we have to wait for the order to fully go through. Meanwhile, it fully went through because they literally took the money out of my account. It wasn't like a pending charge where it's kind of frozen. Nah, that wasn't the case with this. They literally just took my money out. It was like a final sale and everything. I sent them an email. I said, listen, I don't want that many pairs. I really only need 1. I'll take 2, you know, but 3 is way too much. I don't need 3 pairs. Can you please refund me? So to make a long story longer, they basically just ignored my request and shipped me out 3 pairs. And they did that yesterday. So, you know, they had all this time to fix the problem, but they just didn't. They said, well, you know, they basically were like, well, fuck him. I'm sending him them 3 pairs. That's what they basically did. And I'm sure I'm not alone. I've seen someone today with Villa. They ordered that Wale collaboration, and I wasn't able to get them. I'm looking for a size 9. I actually really wanted those because I love fireworks and firecrackers, and I thought it was a fun release. And you know, I dig Wale and what he does. I definitely dig his music. I wanted that, but I had no luck. Someone hit me up and was like, I got 3 size 10.5s. They charged me for 3 pairs, and I didn't want to reply on Twitter and say, I know what you're going through, but I know what he's going through because it happened to me with this damn Diamond Supply thing. I guess some of these sites, the way that they work, it's crazy. Like, you order a pair, and before you know it, they hit you with 3 different orders. Unfortunately, with that dude, shout out to that dude, whoever his name is, I don't remember off top, offering me that size 10.5. It doesn't fit me, so I don't want them. But yeah, the Wale shoe, I guess there was that same situation. There was a lot of people that were bummed out about that release. A lot of people were actually complaining to me about that release, saying that, you know, their order went through and they already got the orders canceled. That sucks, you know, that's whack. I hate that. Like, if you're gonna take someone's money, don't cancel it after, you know. I can't understand why companies can't organize things better. It's 2015. It shouldn't be that hard to sell shoes on a computer. But it is what it is. Wale, if you're listening, man, please hold me down. P.O.P. While they don't know me no more, I sent him a direct message, and I messaged him too, regular, and he's just not even answering. He answers me when I talk about wrestling or something, but when it comes to his collaboration release, he's been pretty mute now. It's all good, though. And unfortunately, I just won't be able to review his shoe on my show. And I usually review all the hottest sneakers here. And I'm sure he's listening to this right now. So, Wale, if you're listening, brother, P.O.P., hold it down. I need my purr. I definitely think that's whack, though. Canceling orders, I hate that. And also that situation with ordering one pair and then getting hit in the head with 3. They don't ship for a week, and then they hit you with all 3. If they shipped it right away, I can understand the whole issue and be like, oh, well, we already shipped. It's too late. But if you order a shoe on a Friday, you email them on a Friday, and they basically ignore you, take your money, and then ship you the shoes week later almost, that's just whack. That's just so whack. But I have 3 pairs of them damn shoes, and I'm looking to do trades. I'm not looking to sell them. I'm looking to do trades. I want the backboards. I want those Yeezys. And I want the other colorway, the Sagas. Because I love the Tiffany colorway. That's the whole thing. It's not even about Ronnie Flag. I just love that Tiffany's colorway on sneakers. And I would like the black and turquoise colorway. I have a size 9.5. Prefer 9, 8.5. I could do 9.5 also. Put one of those things to avoid creasing by the toe. That's why I like going a little up. Those do fit a little big. And that's really it for today. That's it for today's quick podcast. Let me know what you thought about with everything. And also, I'm going to continue this podcast in a minute with last week's podcast. I'm going to have this connecting to last week's podcast because I know there's a lot of people that did not listen to last week's podcast because I look at all the stats and, all that good stuff. I'm trying to, keep this show going, guys. I need you guys, if you love the show, seriously, to help me out. I'm asking you, please. Help me out by just sharing this on your Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all my videos. It helps so much, A lifespan of a sneakerhead is about 2 to 3 years, and then they just stop. And I've been doing this for about 7 to 8 years, so I've lost a lot of people that were into sneakers that fell out of sneakers. I can't tell you how many times a week someone will leave a comment and say, man, you're still doing this? I used to love watching you when I was a freshman or when I was in college, or, I used to just be into sneakers in general, but I just fell out of it. My wife doesn't want me buying all these shoes. There's all types of people that tell me, they were into it and they fell out of it. And, there's so many people out there that don't know about my show. And the only way they're going to know is by people hitting the like button, sharing it on their Facebook, Twitter. Without you guys, there's no me. So, if you really love the show, please let me know. I was looking at my stats this month and they're really bad. A lot of people haven't been watching like they used to, and it shows the demographics, the ages, it's really broken down really crazy on when I go and check out the analytics. Sadly, the Sneaker Addict show is falling off. It literally is falling off, and without you guys, it's gonna just keep falling and falling and falling. I need you guys to just tell your friends and family about the show. And if you love the show, man, it's up to you guys to keep it going, It's really in your hands. I'm going to keep trying to put out as much good content. I did a great episode yesterday going through a lot of my Adidas superstars, and I'm even showing a lot of original vinyl. Like yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was the 25th anniversary of Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, and I showed the original vinyl to that, and showed a lot of original vinyl to a lot of different shoes that were inspired by different things. I showed a bunch of rare Star Wars stuff that was, thrown in the mix when I was showing some Star Wars collaboration shoes with Adidas. It's a real cool video. Definitely check that out. That will be in the description box below. Also, a ton of other episodes. The Gone Fishing episode, You really need to check it out. I really tried to give you guys a real quality review on it, and I gave you guys different background. I know a lot of people were saying they want to see different, backgrounds when I'm shooting the videos. So I went to this big lake and I shot there. Just trying to do different stuff, man. Just trying to, keep this show going. But as I said, I need you guys to keep it going, man. Tell your friends, family. Don't think that this show is so big, because it's not. There's a lot of people on YouTube that got millions of subscribers, and I'm happy with what I have. But as far as the amount of people watching, just from reading my stats, it's definitely declining dramatically, and I feel like my content's better than ever. But I may be wrong. Maybe my content is not as good as it used to be. Maybe there's something that people miss that I used to do. I'm also thinking about doing like monthly haul videos where I show you guys everything that I pick up, or I even get like gifts. Like Father's Day just happened, and I got some cool Father's Day stuff. Let me know if you're into that, like me doing like a 2-week or 3 weeks or maybe even a month, like a whole video showing everything I got. I may start doing that also. I'm just trying to, keep this show going, because I love doing this, but it's kind of sad at the same time when I'm seeing my following declining. It bums me out, because I really like doing this. Let me know in the comment box below everything that I've spoke about, and I'm gonna connect my last week's podcast to this podcast right now, because I think it was really good. And as I said, there definitely hasn't been that many people that checked it out, and I would really like you to listen to it. And if you listen to it, you may want to check it out again. You may really enjoy it. I know some people are at work right now listening to this. Shout out to everyone on the job working. Someone may be in the gym putting in that work. Shout out to you. Someone may be cleaning up their crib right now or taking a road trip. Shout out to everyone that's listening, man. I really love doing this. As I said, guys, I need your support. Please keep showing that support if you enjoy what I do, and I'm going to keep doing it, all right? But, I need Team DJ Delz like heavy right now, because it literally, it's sad, man, seeing my numbers going down like this. Like, it's disappointing that this thing is going downward, and I hate that, because it's like, damn, is this coming to an end? Is it slowly coming to an end? Damn, hopefully I'm not, man. I just really need, more support out there, alright? And with that said, everyone, be great out there. Hit that like button right now if you enjoyed today's episode. Please, as I was saying, share it, Facebook, Twitter. Share all my videos that you watch, like, not just one time, like, for real. You guys have no clue how much it helps. It helps a lot, like a lot. And I'm gonna now start last week's podcast. So if you want to listen, stick around. What's good? What's good? Back up in the building. It's your boy Delz, DJ Delz, back with a brand new podcast. Before I start, I gotta send my prayers to everyone in South Carolina with that tragedy that recently happened. I'm praying for everyone out there, and this world is just crazy. I just can't believe things like this are happening in this world. I mean, shooting a church is just insane. How could you do such a horrible thing? Like, how could you do such a horrible thing? I just can't believe that happened. Terrible. So I just want to send my prayers out that way. Now let's get into this show right here. I'm just going to do Q&A today because of the fact there's so many great questions. I just started skimming through them. So I'm just going to do Q&A. A lot of questions. If you're new to listening here, usually Thursday, I post on my Instagram over at instagram.com/Team DJ Delz. I usually post, what do you guys want me to speak about? You guys leave your comments, your questions, and I go through as many as possible. Sometimes I skip some by accident because I lose my place, or sometimes I just skip them because I already spoke about it in the last podcast. If you ever want me to shout you out in your question, please leave your name in the question. And also, if you didn't listen to last week's podcast, well, not last week's, because I'm doing them every other week now, the week before last, please press pause right now and listen to that podcast, because it was really good. It's not going to get outdated because it's a lot of what's going on just in general with sneakers. Listen to that podcast. You're going to love it. It came out really well. I think you're going to dig it. I don't even think. I know you're going to dig it if you love sneakers and you're here right now. So just press pause. Listen to that, please. And then come back here, because this is going to be a good podcast. Just looking at some of the questions. Definitely digging it. So the first question I got is, are sneaker names hyping up sneakers? Of course they are. Because, you know, when you have a name attached to it, it's telling a story. It's getting people to connect to the actual sneaker more than it just being what it is. You know, something you throw on your feet. For example, I'm into Star Wars. If I see a pair of kicks inspired by Star Wars, that's going to grab me to want to buy that shoe. Just like if it's some other concept. It's going to grab you to want to buy the shoe. It's going to create hype, and that's just what it is. Moving on. I Love Souls 2323 writes, the BS Nike is doing with online releases. I don't know exactly what you mean, but I think you mean the fact that sometimes they're not even releasing the shoes on their site. They're like only releasing on other sites. I don't know what the hell's going on with them, man. I think they're trying to like stop all of these bots from going on. So I think that's what the whole deal is with that. If you guys want to leave your opinion on all that, leave that in the comment box below. Because I know me, I always like to read comments when I check out videos, or in this case, podcasts, just to see what everyone else's thoughts are and opinions are. So definitely do that. Next we got from Soul So Deaf. I like that name. Thoughts on the Jordan MTM pack and pricing. The pricing's supposed to be pretty damn high, and I'm never a fan of that. And as far as the actual shoes, I gotta see more images. I can't really judge that yet. I haven't really seen much on that, to be honest with you. Next, we got a question about my thoughts on the KD 7s. I actually am digging them. I keep seeing more and more images, and I like them. I'm gonna try to get them this weekend. Definitely on my list. We'll see if I get them or not. So that's my opinion on that. Next question, Yeezy 350. And do you think the resale will be for a lot? As far as my opinion on the 350, after seeing tons of images on feet and then just seeing the official images that Adidas released, I like the sneaker. I actually want a pair of them. They will be releasing really soon. I will have more information on that on my blog, including release information and anything to help you guys out with scoring. I'll put that on my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. That's my blog ran by me, thesneakeraddict.com. Go there for your sneaker news, only what's hot. That info is there right now on release information and all that good stuff. And when the shoe does release, I'm sure I'll be tweeting away, trying to help you guys out over on my Twitter to this show and the blog, The Sneak Addict, over at Twitter. That will be in the description box to make life easy for you. If you're not following my Twitter, make sure to follow the Twitter. So as far as my opinion on the 350, seeing so many photos of it, I like it. Definitely want it way more than when I seen the 750. I was just kind of like, I'm on the fence. Kind of want to see them in person. These I want without even seeing them in person. It's going to be a great shoe for the summer. And moving on to the second part of your question, when it comes to reselling, I am not a reseller. I don't really know how much the 750s are even going for. I'm just, I hear here and there they're going for about, I think, $1,000, somewhere around there. Someone leave a comment in the box and let me know how much they're going for on the resale tip. But I have no clue about that shoe. I stopped looking into it a long time ago. The only time I talk about it is when someone asks me a question about the shoe, like whether it's on the podcast tip or if I'm out there in the streets and someone's talking to me about that shoe. I don't look into that sneaker anymore. I looked into it at first just out of curiosity, and I haven't even thought about even owning that shoe for months now. Definitely months. Probably 2 to 3 weeks after it released, I was over that shoe. I wasn't even thinking about getting it. I don't think that this 350 is going to resell for a lot, like, as time goes on, because from my understanding, they are mass producing this shoe like crazy. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this shoe is going to be at a lot of retailers versus that $750. The $350 is going to be at tons of retailers. It shouldn't be hard to get because they had made a ton of them, from my understanding. I may be wrong, because there may be a bunch of people just buying all the pairs, and it may end up being hard to get, but they are making a lot of these shoes versus that $750. So I think as long as you're fast when it comes to release time, you just got to be on it quick, you know. And as I said, they should actually be at a lot of retailers versus the $750. So, you know, make sure you get your raffle tickets and all that good stuff. I think you're going to be okay. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully everyone that wants the shoe can get the shoe. So that's my opinion on that. Now moving on. Hustleman92 writes, what's my thoughts on the Villa Wale ASIC Gel Light 3 collaboration shoe inspired by, I'm pretty sure, a bottle rocket? My opinion is that I think they're dope. I love the 4th of July. I love fireworks, firecrackers. Grew up loving those. When I was a kid, I was always playing with them. Till now, I'm playing with them with my kids, you know. Love it. The only thing I do not like about the shoe is the fact that I feel like some of these brands ain't showing enough love to rappers. Like, they're not good enough to have their branding on, like, the insole of their shoes. It bothers me. Really bothers me. It's like, why can't Wale have his logo on the insole of this upcoming release? Or why is Meek Mill's logo not on the insole of that Puma releases? I mean, it's 3 shoes now. The first shoe, they did nothing. No kind of branding at all. Second shoe, I'm pretty sure it was a keychain. Third shoe, a keychain. Put his logo on the footbed. He's selling shoes. Let him have his branding. I'm sure I'm speaking for these guys. I'm sure if they're listening right now, which they may actually be listening, especially Wale. Shout out to Wale if he's listening. These guys, I'm sure, want their names on the shoe. You know? I don't get why can't these guys have their branding on the insole. It doesn't have to be on, you know, somewhere else that's so visible, but on the insole at least. Put their name on it. Put their logo on it. It's amazing. It's amazing how you see other people do collaborations with these brands and they have no problem putting their logos on there, but how come rappers can't get their logos on the shoe unless you're Kanye West, you know? Just a thought. But as far as the actual sneaker, I like it. I would like a pair of them. I think they're hot. Shout out to Wale. And I hope to see more go on with him in, you know, collaborations, because he has a true passion for sneakers and I like what he does. Moving on. Next question writes, do you think there will be a What the Kyrie? I don't think so. But maybe there will be. And if there is, what's it going to look like? I mean, most of Kyrie's colorways have been solid colors. There hasn't been much designs or anything really so unique. The colorways have been unique, some of them. Like the Fly Trap was a unique colorway, but there wasn't any designs. So what are you going to do with the What the Kyrie, you know? I think the problem with that shoe was that on that upper, you really couldn't do much with that upper as far as putting any kind of designs or concepts. It was all just colors. It was just, that's all you could really do with the shoe. So I don't see there being a What the Kyrie. And if there is, it's just going to be a whole bunch of colors on different parts of the shoe. What are they going to do with it, you know? So there you go with my thoughts on that. Moving on, we got a question from Isaac. He writes, how BS this reselling shit is and being so hard for regular customers to get shoes. I feel your frustration, man. You know, those championship 7s are coming out, and there's a lot of states that aren't even getting that shoe. Versus last year with the championship 6s that came out, they were available at most states. This time around, it's really, really limited, and the shoe isn't cheap. It's $250 per pair. Most people want both, I would assume. That's $500, and they're still making it hard for you to get the shoe. But you're willing to pay that top dollar. It's frustrating as hell that you can't get the shoe, even though you're willing to pay that top dollar. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Mad frustrating. I want those 7s. I'm content with me not getting them, though. But I do want them. So I understand the frustration. But that's what these brands do, man. It's like they play hard to get, you know? They play hard to get so that you want it even more. It's crazy. And before we move on, please make sure to hit that like button right now if you love these podcasts. When you do that, YouTube keeps you updated with anything else that I do on YouTube, my next video, and also let your friends and family know about the show that you love to check out. So please, if you're listening right now, hit that like button if you like the show. And obviously you like the show if you're still listening right now. And thank you, for real. So as long as you guys keep checking it out, I'm going to keep doing these. Moving on, we got from Yella, he writes, a movement to stop online bots. Sounds sweet, but I don't think that's going to ever happen, man. I don't believe that could happen. Nike can't even fix that. How is the general public gonna? The general public want their shoes, and some people are just able to use these bots to get their shoes. So as much as it sounds great, the objective is for us to get our sneakers, and some people are able to use these bots to get their shoes. And that's the name of the game, getting your shoe, right? That's what you want to do. You want to just get your kicks and keep it moving, and it is what it is, man. That's just what it is. Next, we got a question writing, speak about trying to sell those MVP black and gold Steph Curry ones for way over retail. People are trying to sell them for $350 to $800. And by the way, I'm a big fan. Thank you. I appreciate you checking the show all the time. Now, speaking about these MVP Curry ones, they are selling for crazy money online. And from what I'm hearing, people are actually buying them for these crazy prices. Steph Curry's hot. Pause. That's just what it is. People want his MVP shoe. He's brought a lot of new excitement to the NBA, and that's just what it is, man. You got hype, like we were talking about in the beginning. You know, people connecting to a shoe, a story being attached to it. This is the perfect example, man, of something becoming so hyped. And why not, man? He's the MVP. He's a young dude that's just taken over the NBA, basically. Won the championship with his squad. It's bound to happen. That's a nice look, too, for Under Armour. But as far as, reselling prices, I hate that. I think it's annoying. I wish Under Armour would just make more shoes. It's like Under Armour is following the, Nike Jordan trend now by not making a lot of pairs of the popular colorways that are coming out. Just like how Adidas is doing. Adidas used to not do that kind of stuff. Making all these quick strikes and all that. You used to be able to get the shoe. I mean, it would sell out within a day or two, but not 10 minutes. Everyone's following what Nike's doing, that whole playing hard to get, But it seems to work, man. It seems to work. It just lures consumers into buying other products from their brand, and it does work. Look at Adidas sales this year. They are way higher than what they were, and it's from this playing hard to get strategy. People end up buying other products because they couldn't get the product they originally wanted. Sad but true, right? Alright, moving on. Next we got from the Miami Boy. Shout out to the Miami Boy. Writes, basketball, sports, shoes, wrestling, art, culture, TV, series, everything. Talk about it. Alright, well, basketball, I guess we'll talk about the NBA Finals because I didn't get a chance to speak about that. And shout out to Strong Willing Warrior because he's right under that writing about the NBA Finals. I thought that it was a given that the Golden State Warriors were going to eventually win this. After, seeing how the series was going, there was no way that LeBron James could do it alone. I mean, he didn't have much help. I know some people are going to say that's bullshit, but he really didn't have that much help. I mean, look at the squad that the Golden State Warriors had. Look at all the talent on that team, and then look at what LeBron had. The whole series, J.R. Smith did nothing. And who else did he have? He had Mozgov, who did great, and that one game, I don't know why they sat him on the bench most of the game. They were trying to go small, which was completely stupid, in my opinion. Terrible coaching, terrible decision doing that. And, then you had Delhi, which was like, he turned into Jeremy Lin for the night and was a sensation and then went to shit. You don't have Kyrie Irving on the team, who's a big piece of that team. There was no way they were going to keep up with what Golden State Warriors had. They had too much firepower, man. Way too much firepower. So I knew it was just a matter of time that was going to happen. I really wanted LeBron to get another championship. I'm a fan of LeBron. I did not want Golden State to win this year. I really wanted LeBron to win coming back home to the Cavs. As we keep talking about storylines, I thought it was a great story for that to happen. At the same time, though, the Splash Brothers, they're young guys. They got their first championship. Everyone did good. Iguodala played amazing. I mean, he was a big part of them winning that championship. He definitely deserved MVP. Definitely deserved MVP. There's no doubt in my mind he did. It was the right series. I'm glad that those two went head-to-head. I just think it's a shame what happened with Kyrie Irving. He seems to always be getting hurt. It's something that just seems to be going on again and again, and he's way too young for all this already to be going down. And I hope this doesn't just continue to happen, him getting more injuries and more injuries. This is usually what happens, though. Once it starts, it don't stop. And, let's knock on wood, everyone. Everyone knock on wood right now that, that's not the case. Let's hope next year Kyrie Irving can, be the superstar that he is. So that's my opinion on the NBA Finals. And leave your comments in the box. Let me know how you feel about the NBA Finals. Next question we got from Jason. He writes, will I be copping the champagne or cigars or both with these upcoming Air Jordan 7s that are releasing? I'm going to try to get both, but I'm probably going to end up getting none of them because they're not releasing at many spots, as I was saying before. If anyone has a hookup, wants to try to help me out, that's a big fan of the show, supporter of the show, hit me up. If you're able to get a size 9 or somewhere around that size, I'll do trades too. I know sometimes people have fun, doing trades with me, getting a piece of my collection and vice versa. So hit my Instagram up over at Team DJ Delz with pictures if you end up getting them. And I will have info on that pack on my blog, thesneakeraddict.com, in the early morning before the release to help you guys out. And also I'll be tweeting information too, so make sure to follow my Twitter. Once again, that will be in the description box below. Next we got from Brian. He writes, thoughts on Nike/Jordan stacking multiple hyped releases on one day. Example, this weekend. LOL. I personally don't like when they do that because, what if you want all those shoes? You got to cough up all that money for all those shoes. But in this case, with the Champ Pack, with the Jordan 7s, it's not going to be easy to get them. They were not at a lot of retailers, so a lot of people couldn't do raffles. So majority of people are relying on the internet, like buying online. It's going to be interesting because you got shoes like the What the KDs and the Gone Fishing foam posits, which in my opinion are fire. They're just as hot as those, in my opinion. Just as hot, same level. They are more accessible, because you can actually do raffles. Versus this pack, you can't do raffles at a lot of states. Some states, you can't even get that damn shoe. They're not at any retailers in a lot of states. So I'm definitely wondering, what are people going to be doing? Are they going to be just focusing on their computer for the Champ Pack? Or if people have been, going crazy on the raffle tickets for the What the KDs? Or are people doing both, Leave your thoughts in the comment box on that. And by the way, the Gone Fishing concept, for some that have no clue what it's about, it's terms and, like the finals, for instance, the losing team gone fishing because they lost. And I love that concept. Wonder if LeBron's going to be wearing a pair of those. Alright, next we got from Modern. He writes, this year's summer shoe. I would say white on white Air Force Ones, Stan Smiths, like the white ones with the green, Superstars, definitely Adidas Ultra Boost. Those shoes are amazing. Reebok Ventilator, they got a lot of dope colorways of those. A pair of the all-white Hirachis are definitely popping. They look great on feet. Or the white with the gum bottom with the ostrich upper. That's what I've been wearing like crazy. I would say that's one of my favorites for the summer. I also did a video, by the way, if you didn't see it. I did an episode of 5 sneakers that are hot, that are under $100 for the summer. Look in the description box below and I will put that episode in the description box. Definitely check that out. Not everyone can afford all these $200 sneakers, but it's fun to watch, and they just want a clean pair of kicks, and I go through five pairs, and I talk about sizing also to help you guys out. I put info to help you guys out in the description box. Definitely a good episode to check out. Next from Eric, he writes, if there was one Foamposite you wish to come back out again, what would it be? And by the way, you're awesome. Thank you. You are awesome, man. I appreciate you, man. Now, I gotta say the UNC Foamposites, those are the ones I wish would come back out. Definitely. If I could pick one, that would be the one I would want to come back out. Next we got from Ro, he writes, a few stores are going to have the new Yeezys. Do you think they're still going to sell out or sit on the shelves? Keep doing your thing. Can't wait for this podcast. Thank you, first of all. And as far as your question, I don't think they're going to sit on the shelves. There's no way that shoe's going to sit on the shelves. It may be available for the whole day, maybe 2 days, but there's no way that'll sit on the shelves. I don't even think it will for more than a day, be available. People are going to buy that shoe. Basil _17, what's up, man? Shout out to that dude, always showing love. Writes, what sneaker are you excited about? Let's see. What sneaker am I excited about? I want those backboard ones. That's a pair of sneakers I really want. Really hope that I can get my hands on those. And I really like that Jordan Champ Pack, but there's so much coming out in 1 week, it's kind of hard to just concentrate on one thing 100%, because I want those Gone Fishing sneakers a lot, and the KDs I really like. The KD7 is my favorite Kevin Durant model, hands down. I want that, the KD. I'm pretty sure I have it on lock, but until I actually have it in hand, I am not going to say I have it yet, but I think I got those and the Foamposites locked down for the weekend. Knock on wood. Alright, next question. I can't pronounce the screen name. If you want me to actually shout you guys out when you leave your questions, just leave your name and I definitely will do so. But the question writes, what is my favorite LeBron 12 colorway and how many LeBron 12s do I own and plan on getting? Keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Thank you, first of all. Now, getting to your question, my favorite LeBron 12 that hit retailers was the wheat colorway. My favorite LeBron 12 that I own is the R2D2 Nike ID one that my kids and my wife designed for me. It was just really special to me that they gave me that for Christmas. Definitely my favorite that I own. I think I own about 7 or 8 LeBron 12s, give or take. I forget how many damn sneakers I own, man. To be honest with you, I purchased so many damn sneakers that I forget after a week or so what I bought the week before last. I just remember what I own, and then go into my closet when I want to wear what I want to wear. Another one of my favorite LeBron 12s is the Dallas Cowboy colorway. I love that colorway. The silver and blue, sick. Next question, writes, what's my thoughts on the 72-10 Holiday Air Jordan 11? I think it's hot. I think they're really hot. Really digging them. I hate to throw hype on top of the shoe, but you ask me, I'm going to tell you. And Tavi B writes the same thing. He wants me to talk about that shoe. I think it's a nice pair of kicks. There was a lot of teaser images that hit the internet, and now there's full images of the shoe, including on feet. If you want to see those images, just go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com, and I have tons of images of the whole entire shoe, not just little teaser images and whatnot. Alright, next question we got from Darius. He writes, is there one sneaker that you had back in the days from Nike that hasn't retroed? Nope. When I was a kid, the only Nike I really wore was Air Force Ones. White on white Air Force Ones. That was the only colorway. Also, I used to wear Cortez, the white ones with the blue and red. I used to love those when I was a kid. Moving on. Vincent writes, Delz, when you play basketball, what shoe do you prefer to hoop in? I don't play basketball a lot because I don't have the time to play basketball like when I was a kid. But when I do, it's usually whatever shoe I'm wearing at the time because it's going to be something spur of the moment and last minute. So whatever sneaker I'm wearing, I will hoop in. I'm usually always wearing basketball shoes. Next question. Pricing. What's the ceiling? If Jordan Brand says $250 now, will they still sell out? Yep. They charged $250 last year for Jordans, like the championship 6s, and they were very difficult to get. They're going to keep raising the price until the Jordans sit and don't sell at all. They're just going to keep raising the price. So there's no ceiling. It's supply and demand. Next, we got Beast Mode Kicks writes, do you think it's pointless releasing a Cork 12 now that the Cavs lost? They're probably gonna, because we've seen images of them, and I'm sure they made a bunch of them. So I'm sure they're still going to release it. But in my opinion, the shoe doesn't mean anything. When I see a shoe that has any kind of cork to it, I'm thinking celebration. I'm thinking bottles being popped. And what is there to celebrate if he didn't win his championship? Maybe he won the Eastern Division. They'll say that. But, you know, all in all, what's there to celebrate? But if the shoes are made, Nike's going to sell them. Like I was talking about last week with the Champ Pack. I'm sure they already made a Champ Pack, and they have them in the warehouses, and I'm sure we will eventually see them released. They'll just name it something else. But it's not special if there's nothing to celebrate. I did a whole podcast last week talking about how cork material is being misused now. It's just being put out there all the time now, and it's not celebrating anything or representing, you know, something that's special, bringing a concept to life properly. It's kind of whack now, in my opinion. If you didn't listen to last week's podcast, once again, that will be in the description box below. It's a great podcast. You're going to enjoy it. All right, next question is from E. Price the King. He writes, talk about how LeBron got 6 lines out at one time. The standard model, the low, the EXT, the elite, the lifestyle, and the soldiers. Wow, that is crazy. I didn't even realize that. 6 different lines out. Pretty damn impressive, because I'm sure they all are selling. They may not be as popular to some of us, like the lifestyle or, you know, maybe the soldiers, but they're definitely selling. And keep in mind, just because a sneaker doesn't sell out in a week or 2 weeks or even a month doesn't mean that it's not a successful shoe. Shoes aren't supposed to fly off the shelves. When they do, that's great for the brand, but as long as it's selling slowly, that's great. Sneaker stores are supposed to hold sneakers, hold products on the shelves, so when you walk in, there's something to buy. So just because it's not flying off the shelves doesn't mean that the model is not a success. Even if it goes on sale, it doesn't mean that the model's not a success, because it's sold before it went on sale. And it doesn't cost a lot of money for these shoes to be made. Always remember that. These shoes that cost hundreds of dollars, they probably cost about $10 to make. So keep that in the back of your mind. But that's really crazy. I never realized that. 6 different lines out. That's crazy. Alright, next question. Question from Paris, bro. He writes, pardon my bad English. All good. Shout out to Paris. He writes, is the Cavs' loss in the finals a bad look for LeBron's legacy? It's definitely not a good look, but I mean, in my opinion, he worked his ass off playing. Look at his stats. He did mess up a few times. Bad decisions at the end of some of the games just didn't come through. He wasn't very clutch at certain times during the series. So, yeah, I mean, if he loses, definitely it's not a good look for his legacy. And he also writes, like, how does it look for his shoe line? Like, you know, now that he didn't win a championship this year. Well, it kind of just continues on to what we were speaking about before. Like, if he releases the Cork 12, I mean, if he didn't win a championship and they release the Cork 12 now, where's the wow factor? They didn't win. So, that basically answers that. And he also writes, love your show. You're the best in the game. Thank you, man. You keep watching, listening in this case, and I'll keep recording. And tell your friends about the show, please. Share this, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. If you're listening right now, please, right now, just do that for me. It helps a lot. If you really love what I do and you want to support, just hitting that share button and sharing it on your Twitter, your Facebook, Google+, it helps a lot. Hitting that like button if you like the show, it does help a lot. Alright, moving on. Raphael says he heard rumors about next year the Air Jordan White Cement 4s with Nike on the back coming out. Is that true? By the way, keep up the good work. Thank you. I've not heard a single peep about that, but I hope you're right, or I hope whoever you heard that from is right. Sounds good to me. All right, moving on. Next question we got from C. Reyes 69. He wants me to speak about Cena versus Kevin Owens rematch and Rollins winning the ladder match versus Ambrose. Well, I'll first talk about the ladder match. I knew that was going to happen. There was no way that Vince McMahon was going to have Dean Ambrose win the championship. Vince McMahon is really picky on the kind of look, you know, the face of the company. There's no way that he was going to have Dean Ambrose as the champion like that. I don't think he's over enough. Maybe in the future, but not right now. He's on his way, though. He's on his way. And I'm sure that Rollins is going to lose his title soon to Brock Lesnar. There's no way that that's not going to happen soon. Because Rollins is he just isn't believable. I don't know why the writers don't have him more of a, you know, a confident guy and not kind of cowardly when he's actually talented in the ring. You know, he's more talented in the ring than when he cuts his promos. I think he's kind of a bad actor, to be honest with you. But he's actually really skilled in the ring, which is kind of strange how they have him more on the mic and less of him actually showing his skills in the ring. Not like when he was with the Shield, which is kind of weird to me. Now, with John Cena and Kevin Owens, the second match was excellent. The two of them were great together. I liked seeing how Cena put over Kevin Owens, losing the first match. Then the second match, of course, Cena wins. Now there's going to be a third match. And I'm sure Cena will win, but it would be pretty cool to see Cena putting over Kevin Owens and losing that match, because they need new talent. The company needs new talent. There's just too much of the same old song and dance. And you got all these guys that I respect from back in the days that are still in it, like Kane and Big Show. They're too old. They're just way too old to be doing what they're doing. They could stay on the show, but not in the ring. It's just too much. They're too old. It just doesn't look right anymore. But I have a funny feeling Cena's going to win that match, but we'll see. Make sure, guys, if you enjoy when I speak about other stuff besides sneakers, to subscribe to the other channel, the Delz Show. I'm trying to give you guys other content that's not sneaker related. Please go over there and subscribe to the Delz Show. That will be in the description box below. Moving on. Next we got Michael Francisco. He writes, LeBron PEs during the finals. I was digging them. I think they were really hot. Next question we got from No Bum Kicks. Thoughts on the 7-pack? Love them. Next, we got from A+ Arab. Michael Jordan's son owning a sneaker shop. I think it's cool, he writes. I do too. I think it's dope. Next, we got from Swaggy. What do you think of Brad Hall, the sneaker reviewer? What do I think about Brad Hall? I think Brad Hall is funny. I do think he's funny. He's kind of like a character I would see on Napoleon Dynamite, played by Steve Carell, if there was a sequel. That's the best way to describe him in my eyes. I think that as far as him and what he's doing, it's funny. I like the first video, except I pay attention to details, and I did not like that he didn't use the shoehorn in the first episode, but he spoke about it. I was like, damn, I was looking forward to seeing him put the shoe on with the shoehorn, and then he didn't. And then he did in the second video. But it would have had a bigger effect if he actually used the shoehorn in the first video. I don't know why he didn't do that, because the video was so great the way it was put together. But it was like, why would you not use a shoehorn? I mean, the video was obviously created for comedy. A shoehorn cost $1. They could have ran to the store for that shot, and it would have made that first video just perfection as far as something being funny. It was kind of half-assed that they didn't actually have the shoehorn, but he mentioned that. Like, come on. The second video was really funny. I think he did a third video that was another shoe review, which was... yeah, that one was funny. I think the third one was when he was talking about the Jordan 11, but he wasn't actually going to wear the shoe. So he like did it on foot, pretending like he was wearing them. That was funny. I actually did an Instagram photo, and I was imitating that. Was like barefoot with the sneakers side by side. If you follow my Instagram, you know exactly what I'm talking about with that photo. If you want to see that photo, look in the description box below and check out my Instagram. Then he did another video, and he had, I'm pretty sure it was either his kids or people playing his kids, and I thought it was cute, but it kind of like wasn't the same. You know, I wasn't like thinking it was really that funny. And then there was another video, which I thought was very funny, where he did a performance review, and he had the mannequin, and that one was probably my favorite. That one was really funny. It's probably a tie between that one and the Columbia 11s. That one, those two were my favorites. I think he's funny, you know. I just don't think that he could continue to just keep doing sneaker videos. How long is this going to go, you know? I like the character. I think that maybe you should start reviewing other stuff. I know some people aren't going to agree with me. They're going to say, come on, Delz, you know, I love his videos. I love him, you know, reviewing sneakers. But, I mean, how long is he going to be able to do the same thing, you know? I mean, if he's able to keep it going with new content that's funny, that's just actually entertaining and not painful to watch, if he's able to keep it going with sneakers for another 30 episodes, then, you know, I salute him. But I just can't see that happening, you know? It's not easy to put content out like that. I don't think if people are more focused on the comedy and not the actual sneakers, how far can he actually go? I'll give him another 10 episodes before it's done, if that. I'm being generous. But if I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong, because I'd like to see, you know, anyone doing well on YouTube. But I think that, as far as my opinion, I think he should start reviewing other stuff and branch onto other stuff, because the character is very marketable, and I think that it's very funny to see him review other stuff. I mean, can you imagine him review other things? It would be funny. But if he gets another pair of Jordans, and then another pair of Jordans, and then another pair of Jordans, I mean, how much more can he go with this, you know? That's my opinion. And I really don't want to come off as a hater. I know one or two people may say, oh, you're hating. Absolutely not. I'm just giving you an honest answer. And I think most people are going to agree with me. Right now, it's great, but how much longer can he go with this character with shoes, you know? We're laughing at him and his character and, you know, the foolishness with sneakers at the same time. But how much longer can he keep doing that, you know? We'll see. I wish him the best of luck, whatever he does. And he's doing great, you know, for what he's done, you know. I have a funny feeling, too, that, you know, there's a blog behind him. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the big blog companies is behind him on the low promoting it, because it seems like when he put the first video out, the promotion was huge. I mean, he was on so many sites, and I think people with a brain could kind of figure out that there was some machine behind pushing Brad Hall, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's also another opinion of mine. Moving on. Shout out to Shad. He just wanted to shout me out. He said he's been watching my videos since the Nike Flight 1 All-Star shoe. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, man, for real. Next we got Andrew. He writes, pros and cons of the Yeezy 2. The pros is that the shoe's hot. There's nothing more to say. The shoe's hot. As far as the cons with the Yeezy 2, minus the Red October, the back upper of the shoe where the scales are, as you wear them, they start kind of peeling out almost, because the way that the shoe is, the leather and the scales, it's almost like it's carved in. And if you wear them all the time, they start kind of popping out and start even folding out a little bit. That's the only thing that really sucks about that shoe. Besides that, I love them. And also another con is the actual screw tips. You got to be really careful with them, because they come off after wearing them for a while. You forget to tighten them up every time you wear them, and then before you know it, you lose them, and that really sucks. All right, moving on, we got from Jesus. He writes, what's your thoughts on the Citrus 11? By the way, love your reviews. Keep it up. I like the Citrus 11s from the videos I've seen so far. DS Dan, he actually did a video. Shout out to him. He always shows love and supports all my videos. Check out his videos. He got a lot of shoes that, you know, he puts out that are like a few weeks before, you know, they release and whatnot. All official sneakers, none of that BS. And, you know, he's a younger dude that's on YouTube now, you know. And I always try to pay attention to people that are going to come up. You know, if they catch my eye, then, you know, I like to show love, man. This YouTube, it's not competition, and I've been on this for too damn long, man. You know, it's time for these other guys, you know, to do greater things than what I've done, and a lot are doing. It's funny, someone on YouTube was like, you fell off. I like watching this one and that one, and they were, you know, younger reviews that's been on YouTube for a couple of years. I want people to do better than me that's been on YouTube for, you know, a few years that's younger than me, you know. That would be terrible if someone that's been on YouTube, honestly, doing sneaker reviews for about 7 to 8 years to still be, you know, one of the most popular ever. You know, I'm just doing this still because there's a following. I know I'm not the biggest sneaker reviewer on YouTube. Some may disagree with me, that's fine, but I don't think I am. And, you know, I'm not doing it to be the biggest sneaker reviewer. I'm not doing this as a competition. I'm just doing this for fun, you know. And that's all it is now, you know. I work really hard on my blog, which I'd like you guys to check out all the time, thesneakeraddict.com. And then I have my other channel, which I'm having fun with. And, you know, I've got other stuff that I'm working on. But as far as with this channel, man, you know, it's something that's been going on for a very long time. And it'll continue to go on as long as you guys keep checking it out. But there's a lot of other people on YouTube that are putting out great videos. But I seen that Citrus 11 and I liked it. The only thing I didn't like was the carbon fiber shank being orange. I didn't really like how it kind of matched the outsole in the video I seen. I don't know if it was GS or preschool. I'm pretty sure it was GS though. It was a couple weeks ago I think I seen that video. But I'm gonna check them out tomorrow when I go to the mall and we'll see. Maybe I'll pick them up, but I don't know if I'm gonna get those or not. I'm not the biggest fan of the lows. I like them, but I don't need to have every single Jordan 11 low. You know, it's just they're not that special to me compared to like the Jordan 11, the regular model, or you know, like a Jordan 6. I'm just not super big with Jordan lows. Some of the models I like to have a couple of the colorways, and I'm good though. And it's funny because the next question from Sleep On You writes, Laney 14 lows, do you like low top retros? And we were just talking about that. I like the Laney 14 lows. I like some of the 14 lows, but as I said, like I don't need every colorway of every, you know, model that's a low version. 1 or 2 is fine, but I'm not a huge fan of owning so many pairs of Jordan lows. I do want those Laney 14 lows though. I love the colorway. I will definitely never have like a huge Air Jordan low collection. I mean, you know, to some maybe I'll have like way over, you know, the norm, but for like quote unquote collectors, I will never have like a super impressive like Air Jordan low collection. Not like my Air Jordan 6 collection, which I actually just recently reshot and posted on the anniversary of when Michael Jordan won his first championship, which was a few days ago. If you didn't see that episode, it's incredible. I show literally every Air Jordan 6 that ever hit retailers. As far as the regular standard model, not the low, but the standard model. I show every single colorway that ever hit retailers throughout all the years. I may have missed one, but I don't think I have, because not one person in the comment box has said, oh, you forgot about that. All the retail pairs throughout the years. If you haven't seen that Air Jordan 6 collection video, I will put that in the description box below. It's a must watch. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible if you love that model. That will be in the description box below. Next we got from J Day Punk. Shout out to him. He writes, Delz, what's your thoughts on the new Nike system for new releases? I'm going to let you guys in the comment box put your opinions on that, because I don't really know yet about my thoughts on that. But feel free to put your thoughts on that in the comment box below. And the last question is from Fresh. He writes, Delz, who is your favorite rapper as of right now? My favorite rapper is Nas. That's my favorite rapper. Has been my favorite rapper for a very long time. Since I first heard him. To me, Nas is the best. I can relate to what he says a lot, and he's very realistic, and that's the kind of music I like. Something that's actually realistic and not just some fairy tale shit. Nas is the greatest. That's my opinion. And we're going to end the podcast right there. I got no more questions. Knocked them all out. If I missed yours, I probably did by accident, just skipping through, losing my place, or I already spoke about it in the last podcast or the podcast before that one. If you haven't been checking out all my podcasts, check out all the other ones, because, you know, they're over an hour long, and it's a lot of this kind of stuff. So if you enjoyed this and you want more, just go check out the other older podcasts if you haven't checked them out. I guarantee you're going to enjoy them if you liked what you just heard here. Thank you for listening. Please, right now, everyone, hit that like button right now if you enjoyed it. You've been with me for over 40 minutes. Show that love. Hit that like button right now. Share this on your Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Let your friends and family know about what you just listened to. Let them know about what you enjoyed checking out. Please, because I enjoy doing this, and as long as you guys keep checking it out, and as long as people keep coming back, I'm going to keep recording for you guys. I enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun as long as there's people on the other side, checking it out. Everyone have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive, of course.